That's what my husband said, that the
Could
internet
be.
maybe, yes, because
Could be.
it just went out. So I'm glad you guys did not leave me. So thank you. My apologies that it got a little wonky. So thank you guys. I just hit record, so we are recording. Um, you know how to use the chat function. I see a lot of you guys are already using it. So this is where you'll ask any questions that you may have of me or of Pauline. And Pauline is the marketing manager with Bay Gardens Resorts. If you want to say a few words, Pauline, you're muted right now, though.
Yes, thank you
Oh,
so much, Kay, for having me here with your lovely agents. Like she mentioned, my name is Pauline. I am the marketing manager here at Bay Gardens Resorts, and I don't want to give too many details on Bay Gardens Resorts right before we get into it, but you're definitely in for some amazing information and to learn about one of St. Lucia's best resort chains.
yes, I'm very excited to share this information with everyone. So I can't wait until we dive into it. Before we get started, though, guys, you see that there is a link for handouts. So I did create some handouts for you to download and take with you, and you can share them with your clients. You can print some copies and keep them for yourselves. But primarily, our webinar today is going to cover Sapphire Sands, which is our new luxury product with Bay Gardens. And we'll give you a little bit of an overview of everything that Bay Gardens has to offer because it's quite extensive. But we're really going to dive into Sapphire Sands. So there are some great handouts for you there. And if you are a member of Task, these handouts will also be available on the featured page in the Task Facebook group. If you're not a member of Task, we'll get you all signed up and give you that information before we're done. So I see we have people from Ontario, Delaware, New York, Missouri. So Pauline, you were asking where everybody's going to be from. They're from all over.
All
So
that's so
yes,
nice.
all over. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the floor over to you and take it away.
Thank you so much. So, first of all, welcome to our webinar. My name is Pauline again from Bay Gardens Resorts. I'm the marketing manager here. And basically, before we get into Bay Gardens Resorts, I want to give you a little bit of insight on St. Lucia and the destination. So, St. Lucia is a beautiful island located in the Caribbean. We are known for our pizzas, our waterfalls, and our hot springs, the only driving volcano in the world. So that means you can come in there and have a mud bath and feel rejuvenated. It's literally going to take off at least 5 to 10 years off of you. Okay, did you get a chance to experience it when you were
I
here?
did it. I did do the mud baths. I think those 5 to 10 years are back. So the disclaimer is you have to keep coming back and doing it
Exactly,
over and over again.
exactly, exactly. And of course, our stunning beaches, one of our properties is located on one of St. Lucia's most beautiful beaches, that's the Rodney Beach. If you're into adventure and hiking, St. Lucia was named the Caribbean's most adventure destination last year and the year before that as well. We have some historic landmarks. In fact, one of the landmarks right now is the home to our jazz festival, which is currently ongoing. As we speak, we had one of our first events last night. It was Kingdom Nights, it was a gospel show, and it was absolutely amazing. And the action continues this weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have some amazing artists like Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Oh,
um, some Afrobeats persons as well, Ruga, Summer Walker. It's gonna be a vibe. So imagine all of these great entertainment with the backdrop of a stunning landmark. So
and then Bay
definitely looking
Gardens is a
forward to
great property to stay at, to be close to
that.
a lot of the festivities. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So all of our properties are 10 minutes away from that landmark where the festival will be hosted. And just to give your guests a little bit more insight as to our location, we are located in the north of the island. All of our properties are located within 10 minutes of each other. We have two main airports on island. We have the Urinora International Airport, which is where most of you and your clients would be coming from. And of course, we have the regional airport, the George F. L. Charles Airport in the north of the island that services more regional travel. So interregional like Barbados to St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and these other islands. Um, Again, before we go too deep into the properties itself, I think it's important to really understand Bay Gardens, where we started, and where we're going. So, Bay Gardens Resorts is a locally owned and operated resort chain in St. Lucia. It was founded in 1995, so that means this year we're actually celebrating our 30th anniversary. Um, the picture you see up here with the family in white, if you look to the back of the guy sitting on the floor, you'd see a lovely lady. Her name is Mrs. Joyce Destang. She's our founder. In front of her, we have Mr. Sanovnik Destang. He is our executive director. He is also the president of the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association. And of course, they're surrounded by grands and her two other daughters. We have Tanya Bobre, who is on the right, and we have Desma, who is on the left.
And it's
All
been a family owned property this whole time.
yes, yes, family
Wonderful.
owned, locally owned. On the other
Mm.
side, the photos you see, we won our business awards, and that is some of our team members, staff. Just looking back the photo, you can see it's a family oriented business.
Yeah, very much
And we
so.
definitely keep that trend going with the service and the energy that we bring to our guests. Another thing to note is we have a very female dominated workforce at Bay Gardens Resorts. All of our properties are managed by women, and about 80% of our leaders, our department heads are women. Me in marketing as one of them. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Now, to understand exactly what the Bay Gardens Resorts Group is made of, we currently have a number of properties all located within the Rodney Bay area. If you look at the map, you will see that Rodney Bay is to the north and the airport is to the bottom. So you have a 90-minute scenic drive up the coast to your property. In 1995, Mrs. Destang opened the Bay Gardens Hotel, which is a three-star property. Then we had the Bay Gardens Inn, which is literally right across the road from the hotel. After that, the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa was opened. And then we had the Bay Gardens Marina Haven open in 2018. Also in 2018, we had the Water's Edge Villas open, as well as the Splash Island Water Park. So we'll get into details and the unique selling points of each and every one of those properties. Before I continue, please let me know if I'm speaking too fast. That's something Caribbean people do. I want to ensure that you understand and we have all of the information clear. Okay, so the Bay Gardens Marina Haven. As the name suggests, this property is located right across the road from the Rodney Bay Marina. So if you are a boating enthusiast, if you decide you want to visit the island via sea, this property would be awesome and it would be the most convenient for you. If you look at the picture in the top corner, you can see right over, you can see the Marina Haven. So that is your view at this property. Opened in 2018, this property has 32 rooms. It has an anchor restaurant, and we just opened the North Bar at this property. Moving along, we have the Bay Gardens Inn. So it is literally in the heart of the Rodney Bay Village. And Rodney Bay is an area that is known for its amazing dining and entertainment. It's actually the entertainment capital and dining capital of the island. So you're very close to restaurants, supermarkets. two shopping malls, access to excursions, literally everything that you would need during your stay. Rodney Bay has it, and the inn is in the heart of all of that excitement. But what is very interesting about the inn is it's in the middle of all of this hustle and bustle, but it's one of our most quiet properties. So guests who stay there come to enjoy some serene, some calm, and just relaxation by the pool most times.
And you know what? I tell people all the time, if you have clients who are looking for a property, they can just walk off and just go and explore.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everybody wants to be in a secluded setting when they come to visit the
Exactly.
Caribbean. So if you want to just kind of
Exactly.
feel free to just go and try different things and walk and not have to do a whole bunch of riding around and taxiing. And then you're close to the marina too. So if,
Yes.
they want to do an excursion, it's
Mm-hmm.
walkable from any of your hotels.
Yes, you're so right. And that is one trend that we've noticed with our travelers lately. They want the freedom of being able to explore the island on their own. A lot of our travelers want to figure it out for themselves and live like a local, per se. So our
Hmm.
properties are properly placed to allow them to do just that.
Exactly.
Then we have the Bay Gardens Hotel. Like I mentioned earlier, it is right across the road from the Bay Gardens Inn, so it's literally a very small road separating the two of them. Again, prime location in the Rodney Bay Village, close to nightlife, to dining, to restaurants, to the shopping malls. Everything that you need is right there in Rodney Bay. The
Mhm.
picture at the top is one of four pools at that property. Once you enter, you would probably not think that we have four pools, but they're all uniquely placed, and over time, they've all developed a vibe for them. So, this pool at the front, you see a lot of families, a lot of children. We have another pool to the back of the property where you would find most persons who are just lounging, reading, enjoying some quiet time. We have two others, one that is somewhat of a waterfall, and another way to the back of the property if you want the ultimate privacy and seclusion. So the hotel is very diverse and versatile in its offerings when it comes to the pools. The pictures of the room you see here, if you go onto our website, that may not be what you see, but our rooms at the Big Gardens Hotel are getting an upgrade. So some of the rooms have already been transitioned into this new, fresh Caribbean chic, modern look. And coming 2026, all of the rooms should have been converted to reflect just that.
And then two, and we can touch on it when you get to Sapphire Sands, because I know we're going to do a deep dive there. Because the properties are so close together, you can stay at one and enjoy some of the amenities at the other.
That's right. So we actually do have a stay at one, play at four program. So if you stay at the Bay Gardens Hotel, which is located in the heart of the Rodney Bay Village, you also can take our free shuttle, and the shuttle can take you to the Marina Haven for dinner tonight, or it can take you to the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa tomorrow so that you can enjoy the entertainment there. You can dine there, or you can, of course, enjoy the beach, enjoy the water sports, and all of the other things that come with the properties. So now we move on to Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa. This is our flagship property in the chain. We can host just about any traveler here. So we have a full service spa at this property. It is located on Rodney Beach, one of the nicest stretches of beach on island. We cater to persons for business travel, solo travel. We host a lot of weddings on the beach. It's absolutely dreamy and romantic. We also do families. We have a kids club where you can find dedicated supervision activities for the children. So if mom wants to go to the spa to take a break, you don't have to worry about the kids. The kids club will have them engaged in tie dye, face painting, a whole bunch of stuff.
And then the Splash Island Park is there too. So
And then, of course, we have the
hours of
Splash Island Water
entertainment.
Park. Hours and hours of entertainment, especially for the children. For the adults, it's very entertaining as well. I've done it about 2 or 3 times, and it's hard. But it's thrilling, and I would definitely do it again.
Exactly, exactly.
Included in your package as well, Kay, in addition to unlimited complimentary access to Splash Island Water Park, irrespective of where you're staying. If you're staying at the inn, the hotel, the Marina Haven, or the beach resort, you get unlimited complimentary access to Splash Island Water Park. You also get unlimited non-motorized water sports, irrespective of where you're staying at the Big Gardens Resort.
That's awesome. And here's another question I get asked about a lot when it comes to kids. What's the age range?
So we have everybody, we accept everybody, but children between the ages of 4 to 12, they are considered free in some cases. They eat and stay free, sharing a room with two adults, of course. And the kids club accommodates children between that age, 4 to 12. Below 4, it would be considered a babysitting service, and that would come at an additional cost.
Awesome. Okay.
Mhm. So these are just some of the rooms at the Big Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, some photos. Some of the suites have full kitchens, as you can see here, very spacious bathrooms, lovely, lovely rooms. We have 3 room categories. We have the pool view, garden view, and of course the beachfront or ocean view.
And then with the 1 and 2 bedroom suites, it's just perfect for families.
Yes, because the 1 and 2 bedroom suites, they're joined by a connecting door. So most times the configuration is one room with a king size bed, which would be perfect for the parents. And then the connecting door would lead you to a room with 2 queen size beds, which is also awesome for children. And in the middle, you have your common area. So that would be the kitchen, the living, and the veranda.
Perfect. Perfect.
I saw someone ask if we had an adults only section. Not at this time, no. Okay. Now, for those of us who like wellness, um, we love the spa. We do have the Lame Spa at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa right now. That is going to change as we move into Sapphire Sands Villas, and we're very excited about that. We offer something we call Weeks of Wellness. It is a package where persons can stay with us for a week and enjoy 7 days of wellness oriented activities, in addition to enjoying the amenities of the properties. Last year, when we hosted Weeks of Wellness, we had some Ayurvedic treatments, cooking classes, some excursions. Every year, we revise the package to ensure that we're giving persons the best value and the best experience possible, and also allowing them to experience the destination. So these are some of the ideas and some of the things that we've done in the past. So if anyone wants to book the Weeks of Wellness package, KM know you would definitely be able to take care of them.
Yes, definitely. And then somebody's asking Miss Trish, how many 2 bedroom
Mhm.
units do we have at Bay Gardens Beach Resorts?
So there are 8 2 bedroom units. They can also be configured into 16 1 bedroom units.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm. Now for dining, my favorite part. Um, at all the Bay Gardens properties, there is a restaurant. We have the Spices restaurant at the Bay Gardens Hotel and Inn. We have the Anchor restaurant at the Bay Gardens Marina Haven, and like I mentioned, we recently opened the Knots Bar at the Bay Gardens Marina Haven. At the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, we have the High Tide restaurant, which also serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So all 3 of those restaurants serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner right now. We did have a restaurant called Sea Grapes on the beach. But that had to be demolished to make way for Sapphire Sands villas. But I can definitely guarantee you that it's going to be replaced with something even more exciting. So we'll get into that in a little bit. And of course, at each of our properties, we have themed nights with entertainment. One of my favorite nights at every property is always the manager's cocktail. The entertainment is stunning, the food, the vibes, it's just amazing. Outside of that, we also have Saturday night buffets, and the entertainment changes often. I know most persons really enjoy the fire eating and the dancing on the beach. That is a staple in our entertainment calendar, and it's something that I think everybody should get a chance to experience when they stay with us. Now, our dine around package or our dine around experience is something that's pretty unique to us. Um, we started this in 2017, and what it is we offer guests who stay with us on an all inclusive meal plan for 7 or more nights the opportunity to dine out at two of our 10 partner restaurants in the Rodney Bay area. If you recall, earlier I mentioned that the Rodney Bay area is known for its dining, its entertainment, and its nightlife, shopping. Literally everything that you need is in this one area. We've partnered with restaurants who offer Indian, Chinese, American, Asian cuisine, you name it, we have it in our list of dine around partners. Our way of one, supporting the community, and two, letting you experience what St. Lucia Rodney Bay has to offer in terms of culinary offerings is us allowing you to eat out at two of those restaurants and we foot the bill for it if you stay with us for 7 or more nights on an all-inclusive meal plan.
That's a pretty good experience.
It definitely is, and a lot of persons have shared their experience with Dine Around, and I can tell you that they really enjoy it. I mean, you would think that we would want you to eat only at our restaurants, but I think given the fact that we're locally owned and operated, we understand the importance of supporting the community, and we understand the importance of giving persons a wholesome experience when they come to St.
Hmm.
Lucia.
It
You're
just
coming to
enriches
Bay
it.
Gardens,
Hmm.
exactly. You're coming to Bay Gardens and we want you to experience that and what we have to offer, but we also want you to experience what St. Lucia has to offer.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, we all have a good sale, and that's something we always have at Bay Gardens Resorts. Currently, we have our Spring into Savings offer, where you can receive up to 20% of accommodation, plus free breakfast daily, free water park passes, and so much more. On the side here, you can see what is included. If you need more information on the offer, you can always reach out to me or Kay, and we will be more than happy to assist you with that. And this offer is also listed on our website. So if after the webinar you want to go back and get more information, you can definitely do that.
And
Another
Big
offer
Gardens
that
always has some good deals, guys.
That's right. That's right. Another offer that we have is our summer savings, where you can save up to 15% of accommodation. Similar offerings with the free breakfast daily, free water park passes, and a lot more.
Very cool. So now we're going into the luxury collection
Mhm.
of Bay
Yes,
Gardens Resorts.
that's right. So, over the years, we're trying to transition more into the luxury market. Our first introduction to the luxury market was the Water's Edge Villas. These are two self-contained villas located about 5 minutes or less walk from the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa. Rather than a beachfront, this one is a view of the Rodney Bay Marina. So it's actually perfect for persons who have their own boats. You can dock your boat right in front of your villa. And because of how close it is to all of our other properties, If you enjoy the seclusion and the privacy of your own villa, that's great. But if you also would like to enjoy the amenities of resort life, that can also be arranged. So it's a win-win. It's a two-in-one package, and that's something that most of the villa guests enjoy. The opportunity to cook something on their own tonight with their family, but if tomorrow night they decide that they prefer to have something from the restaurant, if they want to do dine around, they can also do that. Now, these are just some of the photos of the villa, as you can see. Very sleek, modern interior, but with the Caribbean feel, so you get the blues and the greens in there as well.
And there's that marina. I wonder if there are moorings yacht out there. And each unit has their own pool too.
Yes, yes. Each unit has its own pool, which is it's amazing. And you're in your pool and you have the view of the marina, which is an unmatched experience.
And so if you're staying at Water's Edge
Hmm.
and you want to come over to Big Islands Beach Resort, can I do that?
Hmm. Yes, you can. Definitely can. So you can come over if you want to take a short stroll. If you would like the shuttle to come pick you up, you can just give us a call. Each of the villas have their own phone. So you give us a call and say, hey, I would like you to pick me up to go to the beach resort for breakfast or for dinner. That can be arranged. Like I mentioned, the villas are self-contained. So if your guests would like to purchase a meal plan, whether it's breakfast only or all inclusive to add on to their package, that can be arranged.
Okay. All right. Very cool. But then you can still have a chef come in
That's
and
right.
do your own thing. Now, how many, and I know I'm going to get this question because I always get it. So, how
Mhm.
many people can the villas account? See, thank you, Trish. How many persons does each villa sleep? I knew somebody was going to ask.
So the villas are two floors and there are two rooms on either floor. So we do have some pull-out beds in there as well. So the villas can sleep up to 12 people.
Okay.
A
So it's a
villa,
nice, good
one of them, yes.
multi-generational
That's
family.
right.
Okay.
Perfect for families, yes.
We also had another question about weeks of wellness. You had mentioned it
Mhm,
earlier, and Miss
mhm.
Diana wants to know, when does that usually take place?
It's usually in September.
Okay. Oh,
Mhm.
one more. Miss Dana is asking about wheelchair accessibility.
So all of our properties have a couple rooms on the ground floor that are configured um, for wheelchair accessibility. The Water's Edge Villas is also configured for wheelchair accessibility. So if the person is in a wheelchair, it would be best for them to stay on the ground floor at the villas. It's also important to note that none of our properties have elevators as yet. Our existing properties do not have elevators. So persons with special needs would be accommodated on the ground floor, but it's very easy to get around.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Okay,
All right. Now time for the big show.
it's definitely the big show. It's very exciting. Um, Sapphire Sands Villas, everyone's talking about it, and we're so excited to show you what we have to offer coming winter 2026. It is our ultra luxury, ultra modern, ultra chic, ultra everything that is good addition to the Bay Gardens Resorts chain. And this is going to be a block of rooms that is going to be 27 keys, but they can be configured into either two, one, or three bedroom villas. The rooms on the ground floor will all have their own plunge pool. All of the rooms come equipped with Wi-Fi, air conditioning, the regular stuff, the ironing boards, the hair dryers, the kettle. Something that we've never done before is butler service. We will be having butler service at this property. There will be elevators at this property. There will also be accessibility rooms at this property as well. The Sapphire Sands Villas property will also see a state-of-the-art gym and spa. So the gym will be on the top floor and the spa will be on the bottom. So if you're in the gym, or if you're in our new restaurant, which is going to be an Asian Caribbean fusion, you get to see the boats coming in to the entrance of the marina. It's going to be an exceptional view. I know I mentioned that the restaurant that was demolished was a beach view. If you look, I don't know if you'd be able to see my cursor, but if you look right to the left in the corner, you will see that little green roof. That was the restaurant, and you would have an amazing beachfront view. However, if you look right to the top, you see some water there. That is where the new restaurants and the spa will be overlooking. Now, that little green area right next to what we're seeing here is the Bay Gardens Beach Resort. Is where the Sapphire Sands Villas is going to be constructed. Well, it's currently being constructed, nearing completion as we speak.
Very good. So it's everything is still very close together. And
Yes.
again, the ability to stay at one and play at others is possible there with
Mhm.
Sapphire Sands.
That's very
And then you're
correct.
right at the beach. So some of those
Yes.
units will have a really nice beach view.
And this is literally the last piece of prime beachfront property on Redway Beach. So it's we're gonna definitely make use of it and make it amazing.
Very good.
And of course, like I mentioned, the rooms are going to be ultra luxury to match the theme, the general theme of the property. Of course, with a little Caribbean flair, some pops of colors here and there. Like I mentioned, the rooms can be configured into one, two, or three bedroom units. And these are just some photos of what it is expected to look like from our designers. So here
And
you
so
can
then
see
you
some
have
photos.
different
Mhm.
bed configurations too. So you can have the double beds or the king beds in some of the one bedroom suites.
That's right, yes.
So then, do we know yet? Are we finalized yet the maximum amount of guests? If I have a three bedroom, what's going to be my
Mhm.
maximum amount?
Well, each of the rooms are supposed to sleep two persons. So we can say about six, and I'm anticipating that they're also going to have a pull-out sofa in there as well.
Okay.
So we can say it's between 6 to 8, but I would have to reconfirm.
Okay.
So this is the lovely, lovely pool that the rooms on the ground floor will have. Their own plunge pool and another photo, I guess a different angle of one of the rooms.
Hmm. So we have a three bedroom that's beachfront and a two bedroom that's beachfront.
Yes. So
Hmm.
the you can actually configure it. So the rooms on the ground floor are built to have one bedroom, two bedroom, or three bedroom on the ground floor. And depending on where the pool is placed, that's where and availability, of course, you can get either one of them with the pool.
Very good.
Mhm. So I mentioned earlier that there was a spa at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa. It's called the Lame Spa right now. The name for Sapphire Sands, it may change as we move the spa over into this new luxury property. But for now, we're sticking with the name, and these are just some renders of what the property looks like. Well, the spa is expected to look like.
The spa is the best part. It's always the best part.
Exactly. Exactly. It's going to have 5 treatment rooms. So a room for couples massage, a sauna, the best of the best.
Is it going to be connected to the fitness center, like close by the fitness
Yes,
center as
yes,
well? Okay.
yes. So it's going to be on the ground floor of the fitness center.
So after you finish your good workout, you can go hit the sauna. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, that's nice.
Now then we move on to our new restaurant. I it doesn't have a name yet. We're still trying to finalize the name, but we know for sure that it's going to be some sort of African, well, not African, I should say Caribbean Asian fusion. Mr. Desang is really keeping that one tight-lipped because if you
Under
know him, you
wraps.
know he's a foodie. So he wants to make sure that the restaurant is perfect, the name is perfect, and we have the cuisine down to the T. But these are some renders from our designer of what we can expect with the look and feel of the restaurant.
And then again, staying here at Sapphire Sands, you still can do the all inclusive and
Yes,
add in the dine around.
yes, yes. So you still have the option and flexibility of whatever meal plan that you desire. If you want to do only breakfast, you can. If you want to do half board and you prefer just breakfast and dinner, that's also an option. Or if you want to do all inclusive, that's an option as well.
And that's the same for all six of the properties
Yes,
across the board.
yes.
So, guys, when you are looking at getting quotes for pricing, you can see it on the website, but you can also reach out to us and then we can work directly with the reservations team and just tell us
Mhm,
what you think the client wants. If they want the full all inclusive or just the
mhm.
breakfast only, there are lots of different options. But again, if you stay 7 nights, we can add the dine around, which is what I would be wanting to do
Yes,
because
yes.
I like, trying different restaurants and going off property. So that's definitely something they can look forward to staying at all of the Big Gardens properties.
Yes, and I know somebody, Shelley, asked about the opening dates. We are on schedule to open this winter. More specifically, the booking engine will allow you to book from December 20th.
So just in time for festive.
Mhm.
Okay, Miss
Yes,
Lisa. Hey,
yes.
Lisa. She's asking about water sports at Sapphire Sands.
Yes, you definitely get the water sports. It's included in your package, irrespective of where you stay. So if you stay at the Big Gardens Hotel, the Big Gardens Inn, the Beach Resort, the Fire Sands Villas, Water's Edge, Water's non-motorized water sports is included, as well as unlimited access to the Splash Island Water Park. Okay.
Very good.
So these are just some photos, different angles of what it is expected to look like, an aerial view. So
So in
here is
addition
going,
to the plunge pool, we do have a main pool as well.
yes, yes, there
Hmm.
is a main pool. This area that you're seeing right here, well, this building is the restaurant. So you notice that it has a flat roof. This is going to be perfect for rooftop dining. So you can get to see the boats, you can get to see the ocean. A really, really incredible experience that we're expecting with this rooftop area. I mean, if you prefer something more enclosed, then you can always sit inside, enjoy the air conditioned comfort from the downstairs area of the restaurant. So this is actually one of our older renders. There will not be plunge pools on the second or the third floor, but you can get an idea for what it would look like on the ground floor.
Ground floor. Okay.
Yes. And like I mentioned earlier, we are celebrating our 30th anniversary here at Bay Gardens Resorts. Over the last 30 years, based on this presentation, you can see how much we have been able to achieve. Um, and it's truly a milestone, especially as our managing director. She was a teacher prior to this K, so she
Hmm.
really had no knowledge of the hospitality industry. So the growth and the tremendous impact that they have been able to make is resounding. And because of that, we've dedicated our 30th anniversary to giving back to the community. So every month we've decided to host some activities with different themes that are community enriching because I mean without them we could not have done it without the hundreds of amazing staff who have gone through the walls of Bay Gardens Resorts, to the public servants who assist us, the nurses, the doctors, the policemen. All of these are on schedule to be honored during our 30th anniversary. And of course, we have three pillars that we want to focus on in addition to honoring those persons that I mentioned. It's really youth and sports development, cultural preservation, and environmental sustainability. So to date, we've completed all of our activities from January to April, with the Taste the Bay Food Festival being the last one on Easter Monday. And it was actually, it stemmed from our Dine Around program. So in COVID, that's in 2021, thereabout, we noticed that the pandemic was winding down, but a lot of our restaurant partners were still grappling the effects of the pandemic. We noticed that they were still complaining about reduced revenue. They were one of the first sectors to close and one of the last to reopen.
Hmm.
So that hit them hard, and we wanted to figure out how we could have assisted them. And that's how we conceptualized the Taste the Bay Food Festival, which was geared at pumping revenue into those same restaurants, and as a sensitization campaign for locals, because we realized that a lot of locals were not even familiar with those restaurants in Rodney Bay. So
Okay.
we're in our third year right now, and it's grown tremendously. So it's definitely something that if your guests are coming within the months of April, that they can experience, along with our other activities throughout the year.
There are a lot of good activities that you do to give
Hmm.
back. So that's, and a lot of people are cognizant of that when they travel, especially ways to give
Yes.
back. So I see some so school supplies donations. So if you're going to be in St. Lucia around that time, that would be a good time to bring some school supplies and donate.
Yes. Yes. So that's it for me. I had a wonderful time, Kay. For your agents who want to book, this is the information on the screen when it comes to our travel agent program. If you want more information, you can always reach out to Kay. She would be able to give you the details that you need to book for your clients. You can also reach out to me. My information will be on the last slide.
And with this, that's our booking rewards program that you just saw,
Mhm,
guys. So, Bay Gardens, we're primarily a direct booking property. 10%
mhm,
commissions are paid to travel advisors for those bookings. So, you can either go directly to the website to book, or you can reach
mhm,
out to myself or Pauline, and we can make
mhm,
sure we facilitate that booking for you. And then, of course, you can come back into the rewards program. Oh, Diana, well then, I don't know how long ago your booking was, but go to baygardensrewards.com and log that booking, so
mhm,
we can see if we can get you some credit for it and get you that reward. So yes, we do have a rewards program. So make sure if you are booking your clients to Bay Gardens, that you do follow back up and register your bookings with us. So I do have those handouts in there for Sapphire Sands. Please keep those on hand, download those. And of course, as soon as we open, we will be making some big announcements in the task group. But it is something to keep on your radar for your clients who need villa style accommodations, multi generational groups, girlfriend getaways, wonderful, beautiful luxury property in the heart of Rodney Bay. That's really kind of the big thing. You can be close to all the action, and then come
mhm,
back and retreat to your villa and enjoy your private plunge pool, your beach access, the restaurant, the fitness center, the spa, all of those things that go hand in hand with being at a luxury property. And then I'm going to leave Pauline's slide up here as well. So if you have some questions for Pauline, post this webinar, you can make sure you email her directly. I did record this, so I will be making it available to everybody as soon as it is available. I think we got all the questions as we were going along. Yes, we did. So if you have any other questions, just please feel free to reach out. Coming up, we have 3 more webinars with tasks before we go on a summer hiatus, because we all need a hiatus. So stay tuned. We have a great new historic hotel that has reopened in St. Thomas, Hotel 1829, that is coming up next week. We also have the island of St. Martin coming up after that. And then we have the Moorings. The Moorings is going to close our series out for this first half of the year. So if you have clients interested in doing a charter yacht vacation, especially to St. Lucia, they can do pre and post at Bay Gardens. I'm just putting that out there. Make sure you tune in to our last webinar for this season. And then Corey Joyner, thank you, Corey. We are close to Gros Soleil at
Yeah.
Bay Gardens. And the Gros Soleil Friday night party is not to be beat. So if you have clients who like to mix it up, definitely put them on to Bay Gardens, because don't we shuttle people over to the party,
Yes,
Pauline?
yes, we do. And thank you so much for mentioning that, Corey, because how could I forget the Grizzly
How could you
Street
forget?
Party? How could I forget that? That is a staple on the St. Lucian weekly calendar. It happens every Friday night. We do shuttle guests from all of our properties to Grosile. It is only about 5 to 10 minutes drive from any one of our properties, but it's much shorter and closer to the Rodney Bay, to the Bay Gardens Marina Haven. So that one is about 5 minutes. Imagine just dancing in the streets, drinking, mixing with locals, eating some amazing local street food. The Grocery Street Party is a vibe that cannot be duplicated, and it's something that you have to experience for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my husband and I did it when we came down last summer, and it was fun. Fun is
Yes.
not even the right word. So make sure, if you're going to have your clients come to St. Lucia, make sure they stay over on a Friday and stay at Bay
Hmm.
Gardens so they don't miss
That's
out
right.
on that party, because it is fun. Mr. Errol is asking, do you do agent rates? I believe we do, right?
Yes, we do. Yes,
Okay.
we do. So our reservations department manages the agent rates. But you can always reach out to me, send me an email, and I can connect you with them, and we can work something out.
And then we also do day passes as well.
Yes.
So if you or your clients are going to be cruising to St. Lucia, this is
Mhm.
definitely an option to come and enjoy the property.
That's right. So we do cruise day passes. We have an all-inclusive day pass that is 120 US dollars. It includes transportation from the cruise port, takes you to the property where you can enjoy a two-course lunch, your choice of either a 20-minute spa treatment or non-motorized water sports or access to Splash Island Water Park. Um, 120 US also grants you all inclusive drinks, house brand drinks by the glass. That includes cocktails, wines, just about anything at the bar. So you can have a time when you stop in St. Lucia on your cruise. It also gives you access to all of the property's amenities. So that's the pool, and this day pass is at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa right now.
Okay, Pauline, that's a day pass to end all day passes. I'm going to
Yes.
be honest with you. So, um, you guys better be booking this day pass, because
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot. That's a lot of
Yes.
value for that day pass. So if
Yes,
you
for
have
sure.
clients coming, and it'll be a great way to upsell the property, because once they have their time on property, they're going to want to come back and stay on property, and then that's a great booking to have. So just
Yeah.
another tool to put in your toolkit to get you some additional business into St. Lucia and to Bay Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Pauline. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. So we'll
Much.
see you next week for the next webinar, guys. And then any questions on Bay Gardens, just reach out and let us know. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.